this makes me kind of want to go into a rich family's basement and wait them out until they're, I don't know, how do you say that? Until, like, you come in and then you buy the house and then you possibly murder the family and then we get the inheritance.
We got the house.
We got the house. We got the house. The family is dead. The family is dead.
What?
And I murdered them.
Jay, no! That was actually really cute intro.
I don't know. I was like, I have no idea to describe the movie. I think I just spoiled it a little bit.
Anyway,
not really, but
anyway, let's do intro first, and then we'll go get into it. So hold your horses for like 2 seconds.
The vibe is like similar.
Jay, can we do intro, please?
Sure.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Charming Analysis podcast. And welcome back to part 3 of our 4-part Thanksgiving special for 2025.
How do you think it's going so far with all of these heartwarming movies?
This movie just made it go downhill.
Did it?
A little bit.
Why?
In terms of context, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, like I mentioned before, this is
I think it went uphill, but,
This is part 3 of our 4-part Thanksgiving special series about family. You can blame Jay because he was the one that came up with this idea. So, please go watch our other 2 parts before you come watch this. Mm-hmm. So, for part 3, we're going to be talking about the 2019 rated R movie, Parasite. This is a thriller comedy. And do you want to say what it's about, honey?
Yes, but before that, my bag is falling apart. Look!
It has already been doing that, honey.
I know, but it's gonna rip open one day, and it's gonna spill all my stuff. I need a new backpack.
I'm gonna get you one. That's not the time right now.
I know.
But anyway, enough side tangents. Why don't you tell us what Parasite's about for those who don't know? And before you guys get into this is a Korean movie. Okay?
Just subtitles required.
Yes.
Unless you speak Korean.
Yeah. So, anyway, what is Parasite about, honey?
It's about a family, a con artist family. I guess you could call it con artist, but what would it be? Did they make an assumption of them conning before all this?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm just going to say a con artist family who just suddenly
wanted to turn their life around and basically become higher class people.
Yeah, kind of infiltrate a higher class family through a lot of, fake word of mouth per se.
Yeah, because basically the overview...
Manipulative tactics.
Yeah, so basically the poor family wanted to infiltrate the rich family's house to basically... kind of like what the title implies, live a parasitic life. Mm-hmm. It's basically what...
Yeah. That's what the description...
I get it now! Gee, that's what the description on Google says. Do you want to, see it? That's literally what it says.
What? You didn't even come up with that? That's some bullshit.
No, look.
That's some bullshit. You fucking looked up on Google. You fucking are fake observationist right here.
Jay,
fake.
No.
Fake. I thought you were being clever when you're a little parasitic.
It literally says it on Google.
Oh my god.
Well, I have to help you out with some of these sometimes.
I know. I thought you actually had a little clever thing, but no, you got it from Google. Shame.
Anyway.
Hey.
Okay. But that's basically the gist of what's going on. Mm-hmm. Poor family trying to come into rich family's wealth, take over their house, basically kick everybody out and live...
They weren't even going to plan on kicking everyone out. They were fine with just having,
living with them.
Not living with them. They're hired servants, basically.
For this rich family.
Yes.
But yeah, what did you think of Parasite? Go ahead, honey. You go first.
I mean, I thought it was pretty great. I've heard great things about it, and I watched it, and I'm like, yep, those great things are valid, because this movie is really, really
interesting.
It's really the first half, I will say, like literally the two halves. Like the first half is all just basically like the setup and the plan of how these people infiltrate this other family's home and just like, you know, pretty much get away with it. And then the other half is how does it all fall apart, basically. And
yep,
I will say I liked the setup and stuff like that. I just felt like you know, it was kind of doing all right. Like the movie was all right, and I was worried that the movie was just gonna be all right, like that. And then the second half was like, okay, now it's starting to kick it up, and it's all gonna go to shit, and we're gonna watch it all go to shit. And very 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 interesting, very, in some parts, suspenseful. I knew that it like had like a little bit of suspense in it. I just didn't know how. And so when we finally get to that, I'm like, okay, this is how. It's like also like, so just, you know, violating in a way that like this happened to this like family's home. I mean, I don't think none of them were being like quote unquote good people. I don't think anyone was being a good person at all in this movie. But
which is kind of crazy.
Do I think that the family like deserved to have their house violated in more ways than one? Probably not. You know,
it was honestly crazy. I will say that about this movie. This was a very interesting movie, and the fact that my phone almost fell. My goodness.
Siri.
No.
What do you think of the movie Parasite?
Stop. No. Stop it. You're not doing that. Anyway, I almost dropped my phone. As I was saying, this movie's interesting. One thing I will say, me and Jay both noticed this about Parasite. Excuse me. The rich person's house was really fucking cool. Can we all agree that the rich person's house was really cool?
Of course it's gonna be fucking cool. It's a fucking rich person's house.
But, like, I loved the scenery of this. It looked amazing. It looked so amazing. First thing I'm gonna say about that. That was one of the things I definitely loved about this movie was the scenery. Mm-hmm. And, like, the background details. Like, oh my gosh. Like, this house was interesting. Mm-hmm. Second thing, I'm surprised they actually got away with a lot of this. You would think there was a lot of... What? The poor family literally got away with so much of it until, like, the very end. Like, you would think they would have got caught, like, mm-hmm. so much sooner than they did. Mm-hmm. But they really didn't. And also, the guy that was living in the basement, I was expecting him to go crazy. I just didn't think he was going to do it at this kid's birthday party, though. Mm. Like... I thought it was going to happen, like, later, but this movie in general had a lot of twists and turns, and this was all in Korean. We literally had to have subtitles on for this. This wasn't even an American film. This was a Korean film, and they did so much better with this kind of plot compared to, like, the U.S. films, in my opinion. I feel like they did.
Nothing to compare it to. What are you talking about? Of, like, adaptations? This wasn't based on an adaptation of anything. I don't think it was. What are you talking about? Are you talking about, like, whenever people, like, especially with Japanese, like, horror films suddenly bring it to the U.S. and they do their own interpretation of it? No, this has nothing to do with that at all. It has nothing to do with that. I was gonna say
it had a better plot.
Mari, any movie can have any plot at all. No, like, I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm like, What, better than American films? I don't know. Maybe some American films, but there's also probably other foreign films that are probably better than, like, American films. And there's probably like, in any genre. What are you trying to say? This wasn't based on it.
Okay, let me reword this then, since you're laughing at me. You are laughing at me.
I know.
So look, what I'm basically trying to say is they did a great job with how this movie was written. They also did a great job portraying each of the characters. I feel bad for the daughter. She basically died because of all this shit.
Yes.
I felt bad for her. She didn't even do anything wrong. The son basically, like, started this whole thing, and then the dad basically kind of finished it. But the fact that the dad was just living in the basement after everything happened, he's probably dead. He probably died at that point.
That would be funny.
He probably died because he was still like...
They opened up the fucking thing and it's like... Well, wait, so... If they were like... Because there was like... Was there family? Okay, question. Was it an actual family, like, at the end of the movie when he's saying Morse code to his son?
Yes, there was a family living
there.
But I don't know if it was the family from the beginning.
The same family, though.
It's probably a different family, I'm assuming. It's probably a different one.
Okay, first off, you wouldn't be 100% sure that there wouldn't be a family already living in that house. And you can't do the same shit again because it's probably on record.
Yeah. So you're probably fucked at that point.
Yeah, you're probably fucked.
And he's probably a wanted fugitive.
The dad certainly is a wanted fugitive. So I don't think that if they ever go back and purchase that house, I don't ever think that the father would be alive at the point, because, like, maybe there would be some renters or something like that. Maybe there would be. I don't know. I don't know how the fucking market is in Korea for these upscale housing.
I don't know either.
But, like, if the house wasn't rented out, like, at all, and it kept on just on the buyer's market, how would he live? How would he survive?
That's, like, what I'm trying to wonder, because, like
he can't,
unless the people don't go to the house very often, then he's probably.
But there's no people in there, and then there's no food in the fridge.
He probably goes out and steals it and then comes back. Why are we literally doing a hypothesis on how this man is living? We're not even talking about the movie.
It's important because it's part of also the other the husband that also lives down there beforehand. You could assume that his wife brought him food. I'm asking how the husband at the end of the movie then survives when there's no one in the house taking care of him. What if he dies from sepsis because the toilet is, like, plugged up? I don't know. That's my theory. I'm like, maybe at the very end when he's like, they're like, oh, I'll buy the house one day, and then you see him get out of the basement and go greet his family. What if they just open that basement and it's just a fucking skeleton? Like, what if
I would not be
like
surprised.
What if it's just what if he just never got the help, which was, I think, is a much darker turn for the movie.
Because this is a thriller comedy. So.
Yeah, but you never know what happens to him either way. So
yeah, you basically
it's just kind of a fantasy, that plays.
So we don't really know what happens to the dad.
Yeah,
minus the whole fantasy at the end, but this was definitely a really good movie, though.
It was a really, really good movie. Keeps you on your toes. It keeps you on your toes.
A lot of parts that I thought were the ending weren't really the ending, but in a good way. Normally,
I said I talk sometimes during the movie, and I can't help myself. When I'm in the theater, I normally shut that shit off. But, like,
when you're doing it at home,
you
never shut the fuck up.
I never shut up.
Just being nice about it.
I never shut up. I don't know if you like that about
I don't mind that. I think it's fine.
I'm like my parents. I'm turning into my parents. I literally just was like, every time they ask questions, I'm like, just watch the movie. And now I'm turning into my parents. It's like, oh my... But I'm narrating. I'm more like narration. I'm not really... I kind of do ask questions to you. I'm just like...
I'm observant.
It's fine. No worries. But yeah, this is one of those movies to where, if you like foreign films, because this is technically a foreign film, I will say this is definitely better than The Cure that we tried to watch. This is definitely 10 times better. The Cure was so boring.
I wonder, like, if people, like, you say if you like foreign films, but, when someone says, no, I don't like foreign films, you have to read subtitles. I wonder what people who don't live in America, like, say, like, foreign films. I'm like, oh, if you like...
Films not from your country.
Films not from your country. Like, do they have such a disdain for when they watch something that isn't in their language like we do? Because it seems like there's, like, an adjective of, like, foreign films. It's like, oh, but I gotta work to watch a foreign film. I'm like, you don't really have to work to watch a foreign film if you actually like film.
Yeah. Like, this was pretty easy to get through.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, like a normie reaction to watching a foreign film. And, like, someone who doesn't really care for movies in general. Like, someone who just watches it as their pastime and doesn't, like,
I get that.
But there are, like, I have a feeling that there's more people out there who are normies but still appreciate art, Yeah. I have a feeling that those people actually exist without having to be full movie buffs. So, anytime it's like, if you like foreign films, I'm like, well, then you should, like, if you like film in general, there's no adjective that you should put.
So do you mean to say something else?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to, like,
I love you, honey, but I feel like you're picking apart everything I'm saying today.
I'm not. I'm just trying to make, like, I guess, like, an observation.
That's fine.
In a way. I'm just, like, I'm just saying about the quote-unquote foreign films and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, some people look down on foreign films, but there's a lot of people who don't, and I'm sure, like, over, like, whatever the decades of film that there has been now, like, it's looked down upon a lot less now.
Definitely, because anime's more, like, mainstream.
Yeah, as an example. But also, it's like, this film won, like, a fucking Oscar.
And also, the other thing
was it the first South Korean film to ever win an Oscar?
I don't know, but I do know, like, ever since, like, Japanese stuff, Korean stuff like that have been coming into the U.S., like, anime's become more mainstream, Squid Games became popular, stuff like that. We are getting an influx of, like, foreign films.
I'm not just talking about stuff from, like... I'm not just talking about stuff from, like, Asia or something like that. I'm talking about, like, stuff from, like, everywhere.
I know. I'm just using those as examples.
What about, like, I guess, I don't know, what about the people from other continents in general? I don't know. Well, when are we ever gonna get, like, I don't know, list a South American country here?
I don't know right now, honey. Like Brazil.
I like that we just go to... let's just go to Brazil. There's plenty of other places that we could list.
I get
When are we gonna get our first, Now you're making me think of, like, the first place in a quote-unquote continent that I could think of. And I was like, Uganda. We're gonna get our first...
gosh.
Now all I can think of, like, that's the stupid, like, the best of the best movies. Captain Alex.
Why are you like this?
I can just think of all that. But you know what? They have passion. People have passion to make movies. And
yes, as long as they have passion to make a movie, you'll get something.
And you will make a movie on that goddamn 2005 laptop on the first Sony Vegas Pro if you need to. People will make the goddamn movie.
Yeah. Anyway. What did you think of each of the families? Like, I feel like the rich family really wasn't that bad. Compared to, like...
that because we didn't really get... Will you say that because they didn't start off that way?
Yeah. But also, like, here's the other thing.
But they did. They did have preconceptions.
Yeah.
They did.
But also, like, here's the other thing I find interesting about this movie.
They were willing to let go of their previous employees so quickly.
Which I thought was crazy.
like, without even, like, understanding what was, like, going on with them.
They were very gullible. I will say that. They were very gullible.
Being rich makes you stupid.
Not all the time.
Being rich makes you dumb.
Anyway, the kids weren't that bad, though, but I did not understand the teenage girl with the tutor. That was just ick. That was just
icky.
I had to actually, like, look this shit up because I was actually curious about this. Because it was kind of confusing. So, here's the thing that people need to be aware of when going into this movie as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had to actually look this up because I needed to understand context a little bit better. So one of the characters is basically 17, and one of the characters is 15 to 16, I guess. One of them is like in their 20s, and normally in America, that's bad.
It's bad everywhere.
Like, that's bad.
It's bad everywhere.
I get it. But apparently in Korea, a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old is not considered bad. It's apparently taboo if it's a high schooler, but
she is a high schooler.
Apparently, dating is not made official until both of them are at least university age. Apparently in Korea, the difference in age is more important than the absolute age. That's literally what Reddit's telling me.
Your source is Reddit.
Well, I can also pull up, like, age of consent in Korea. Let me do that.
Oh my god. You're crazy. I'm so tired.
You're always tired.
I know, my leg.
Apparently 16 is the age of consent in South Korea.
Oh, so I guess it's okay.
So apparently that's okay for whatever reason.
It's on the iffy side.
It's on the iffy.
It's on the iffy side, but that's you. You know, that's just you and, like, the law of Korea.
From what I'm looking up. I don't know if that's, like, the actual thing or whatever. I'm just literally looking it up because I didn't understand it.
Either way,
it's kind
of weird.
There is that weird subplot in there before you guys go into this movie, so you're probably going to be a bit uncomfortable for it. Even though I found it weird that the parents of the poor family were into that idea of those two getting together, which I was...
They wanted to be, like, they wanted to, you know,
have the house.
And be rich.
But still, like, they didn't even consider the son's feelings and also how weird that was. I don't even know if they understood, like, what age the kid actually is. So, I don't know. Like, I thought that was fucking weird.
I don't know, man.
I thought it was so weird. Like, legit. That is a subplot getting into this, so just letting you guys know beforehand.
Like the mildness of subplots.
It's very mild, though, but at the same time, please be mindful that this is in there. Korea apparently has different age of consent than the U.S. So, it's technically...
It is everywhere in the world.
But you get my point. You get my point. Do you understand?
Even all over the U.S., it's not the same.
I know. But I want people to understand that going into here. It's not a major side plot, but it's there. Mm-hmm. It still gave me the ick, though. I'm not going to lie. It gave me the worst ick.
It gave you the worst ick.
It was gross. Anyway,
you have anything else?
Other than that, other than the fact that the side plot for this movie, that side plot was kind of weird. This movie's alright. It's a pretty decent movie. And I do like the whole thriller aspect of this movie. I thought it was interesting that a poor family was trying to take over the rich family's house kind of deal. All that jazz. But I thought it was an okay movie.
You thought it was okay?
Like, overall, it was all right.
So you did not find it as the big, gigantic fucking...
thing like you?
Masterpiece.
Like you, apparently?
Like the whole world is, apparently, you know?
It depends. It depends on the
aspect.
aspect.
On what? What is stopping you from labeling this as a great movie?
the whole thing with the substitute, the tutor, that's probably the main thing that, like...
So because it was icky?
That part was kind of weird.
I don't give lower points for something being icky unless it's, like, not endorsing, you know?
I get it, but still, I just thought that definitely brought the film down for me a bit.
Okay.
I'll be honest, it did bring the film down for me a little bit. Anyway, I would give this film probably a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6. Actually, wait, I'll make it a 6. I'm being gracious to it. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Really?
The rest of the movie was great. If they took out the whole subplot with the tutor...
You're giving it a, like, -4, like, points because of how, like, that weird thing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Are you judging me?
No, I'm just like...
Why?
You're obscuring the whole movie. Like...
Other than that, it was a good movie. Like, okay, I will say this. If they took that part out, I would give it an 8 out of 10. If they obviously kept it in there, so it's a 6 for me. Mm-hmm. Like, it was an okay movie. Like, it was an alright movie. I guess I'll say alright. It was an alright movie.
Fine.
What do you give this movie out of 10? I'm actually curious.
I'll give it an 8.
You give it an 8? Really?
Yes, I do. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really great movie. I want to watch more of his shit. I want to watch Snowpiercer. I want to watch the Host. I think that, like, this guy, like, hasn't had that much movies, so it should be easy to, like, just watch them. But I'm interested, you know?
Interesting. Well, I can understand that. Like, I get that. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this podcast. We got one more part for the Thanksgiving one, guys. And then we got Christmas Palooza and then end of the year podcast.
Yeah.
So we're almost done with this year. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we should have that out hopefully soon. The plan is to get out everything before Thanksgiving. So we'll see. Hoping we can. But thank you guys for watching. And as always, I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out. Bye, guys.
Bye.